Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Uh,
understood.
okay, so now we'll start our today's session. Okay. Simply share my screen. Okay, so now can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so hi and welcome to the 7 days online training program on Google Earth Engine for remote sensing analysis for beginners to advanced level. And we will complete it. We already completed the two classes. So for this part, so today is our third day. So mainly today I will try to discuss about that how you can easily filtering and displaying the satellite images, mainly Sentinel-2 satellite images. And after this satellite image, how you can easily make the normalized difference water index map or NDWI map or identify the water on the surface. Okay, and then we also try to make the NDVI time series chart. In this time randomly I take the NDVI, but using the same process you can easily make the any types of time series chart. Okay, then we also try to discuss about that how you can easily make the calculating any indices such as NDVI, NDWI, DCI, TCI, or any types of indices, how you can easily calculating in satellite images, Landsat or Sentinel, both of satellite image process is the same. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, filtering. And previous class I also try to discuss about the Landsat imagery for filtering. In this time, we also use the same process when I want to filtering the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. So first of all, we need to filter the region of interest. Suppose you want to need the satellite images for Dhaka city, Sentinel-2 satellite images, any specific time period, you need the satellite image for the Dhaka city. So this is the first factor, filtering your region. Or for the filtering of region, we are using here the filter bounds function. Okay, so mainly filter bounds function intersecting with the whole collection with your region of interest. So in this time, my region of interest is Dhaka city. Then we also need to filter the image properties, such as first previous class we also tried to show you this part for the cloud cover. Okay, so cloud cover is the image properties of Landsat imagery, but in this time we are using the Sentinel satellite imagery. So this Sentinel satellite imagery image properties has the different than Landsat. Okay, so in this time, suppose we also check the what is the image properties for the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery, then we also filtered the image properties. So for the for filtering the image properties, we are using here the filter metadata. Okay, then the same process for the any specific time period. Suppose you want to need the satellite image for the dry season, you want to need the satellite image for the winter season, or any types of any specific time period. Okay, for the any specific time period, we are using here the filter date function. Okay, so this is the three factor when you want to filter the Landsat, Sentinel, or any types of satellite images. It can be Landsat or Sentinel. We always use the total three factor and then filter our image. Okay, so let's go practically. We also try to show you this practically how you can easily do this. So for this, first of all, suppose my region of interest is that suppose Dhaka city. So I simply import the Dhaka city shapefile in my code editor. It's showing the default variable name is the table. So I simply use here the any name you can use. I simply use here the name is that RY. Okay, so you can simply use here the RY. So now you can see my shapefile is imported. I want to show this map in my layer. Okay, so for this I simply use here the this function map.add layer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So I have a question.
yeah, please.
Sorry, sir, for interruption.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Sir, previously, the second class, you have seen half of the video.
Okay, so it's totally mistake for me because my recorded space is full, so that's why it's not recorded. But I also add in I also add my previous recorded video classes, then I hope it will be covered. Okay, so previous class I this history is the full, but I not check it, so that's why the half part is covered but other part is not covered, is not recorded. Okay, so it's totally mistake for me, so sorry for this. So but in this time I also open the another folder or another file, so now I hope it will be not it will work properly. Okay, so previous class, sorry for mistake. I also add the my previous classes. Okay, so previous batch
Yes.
recorded video classes, then I hope it will be covered. Okay, then you face any problem,
Sir,
then we also discuss, no problem. Yeah,
sir, one more query is that can we develop the type reach out for NDBI?
what's that?
NDBI, normalized difference built up index.
Yeah, same process. So I will show you the you can see it. I also try to discuss about this how you can easily calculating any indices, not only for the NDVI and NDBI. So any types of indices you can do easily in Google Earth Engine platform. Okay, so any types of indices, when I discuss
Yes,
about
sir.
this, you can easily do anything. Okay, just
Sir,
you can put it. Yeah, yeah.
sir, one more thing is that when we develop the time series chart, can we import that?
Yeah.
Can we import that like the Excel file?
So Excel file, you can also import the Excel file. Yeah, suppose if you have the some specific coordinate, okay, then you can easily import this coordinate in Google Earth Engine platform and show as a point. Okay, or point line polygon such as a vector, we can easily doing this, no problem for this.
Similarly, the NDVI map.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah,
So we can input both, and whether NDVI map or NDVI time series chart.
yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so now I simply import this and I show the layer. So I simply use here the ROI. and then I simply click to the run, but I did not see my shape file. That's why I also use here the map dot center object. Okay, then I simply use here the ROI and use here the zoom level such as I simply put the zoom level such as 13 and click to the or 12, then click to the run. So now I can get my shape file. Suppose this boundary I want to need the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery for any specific time period. Okay. So in this time I use here the 2 time period. Suppose I want to need this satellite image for the rainy season as well as also suppose summer season. Okay, wet season, one dry season. Okay, so for this in here, so it's very easy
Sir,
ways. Yeah,
can you please share the full screen?
yeah.
Sir, can you please share the full screen?
Can you
It's not.
can you see my skin, full screen?
Yes, yes, but it is not visible.
Okay, why? So I check again. Just a minute. Okay, so now can you see my skin?
Yes, sir. What I meant to say is that can you share it full screen?
Sir, you can see your screen for images for map, full map.
What's the full map? This full map.
Yes, yes. The code editor.
Yeah. So this is the code editor and this is our map interactive view. Yeah. Now can you see it properly?
Sir, what I meant to say is that the image or the screen of Google Earth Engine, can you share it full?
Yeah, I shared the code also. Yeah.
It
So
is it is half what I mean to say, it is half visible. It is not fully visible.
I don't understand. Which code do you need or which you want to say? Please clearly. Yeah.
I mean to say that the left panel is not fully visible.
In this time, my skin is not visible. Yeah.
Yeah, left panel is not fully visible.
But I shared the skin, but it was showing all of the things. I think.
Yes, 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 sir. So it's okay now.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. So let's go. So I simply get this boundary. So for this area, I want to need the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. Okay. So different time period. So I choose the wet season and dry season. Okay. Then make this a map also for the wet season NDWI map as well as also make the dry season NDWI map for this region. Okay. So let's go. I simply go to the browse data catalog for selecting my data set. So in this time I want to use here the Sentinel. So I simply click on here. Then I simply use here the Sentinel-2 multispectral instrument. I want to use here the top of atmospheric. Okay. You can simply copy this collection snippet from here, or if you want, you can simply search here. Suppose I simply search here the Sentinel. Okay. Then I get the multispectral instrument level 1C. I simply click to here. Here I can get all of the information about this dataset. Sentinel-2. Here I can get the dataset availability date or time period. That is all of the things I can get. You can see. Okay. So in this time, I can simply click on import. Now this dataset is imported in my code editor. Here I can get the default variable name is the image collection. If you want, you can use anything, no problem. So I simply use here the suppose Sentinel-2. Okay. Now this image collection I will need to filter. Okay. So for this region, so I simply take a variable and give the variable name is that suppose I want to get the 2 time period satellite image, dry season as well as also wet season. So I simply put this name as the suppose image, right? Okay, and then I simply call my full collection. Okay, I simply call this full collection of Sentinel-2 because my full collection in this time is stored in this variable Sentinel-2. I simply copy and paste here. So first of all, I need to filter according to my region. Okay, so I simply use here the function filter bounds, and this filter bounds argument is that geometry. So in this time, what is my shapefile variable name? I simply use here the ROI. I simply copy this ROI and paste here. Okay, then I can simply use here the another thing is that I simply take the another, suppose I according to my time period, suppose I want to choose the dry season of suppose year of 2021. Okay, dry season. So I simply use here the filter date and choose my start date is that I can simply use here this start date 2021 such as 1st January from 2021, suppose April. Okay, so I put this date time period first. Then you can see I can simply put this time period. You can use your own time period. So in this time, I simply also filter the image properties. I simply use here the filter metadata, and I can get all the things name, operator, and value. So in this time, I can simply go to this image information and dataset information sheet again, and here I can get the image properties. So we can get the cloud cover for Landsat, but in this time we can see here the cloud pixel percentage. Okay. Also you can see cloud coverage assessment. Also you can see a lot of image properties in here. So in this time I want to need only for this image, which image will be not more than 1% cloud pixel. So I simply copy this properties name from here, and then I simply put here instead of this name. I simply, this is the string. I must be use here the square single quotation and then paste here. Then operator, I simply put here the operator is that less than. Okay, I simply put here the less than 1. I simply put the less than 1. And now I want to check how many images is available for this region year of 2020. I want to check it. So I simply, the same process, simply use the print function and then simply call this image dry. Okay, this is the variable name. It is stored all of the things. I simply use here the size function and then click to the run. Print function. Okay, I need to use here the parenthesis and click to the run. Okay, so okay, print is print. We can get the 27 images. Okay, so in this time I use here the total 27 images and then check. Okay, then in this time suppose if you want to need the any single time period images, you can simply print this. I simply use here the print function and then I simply call the image try. I simply copy this variable name and paste it and click to the run. So in this time I can get all of the image information such as all of the image acquisition date, all of the things I get from here. You can see from the feature. So you can see we can get all of the image list. Okay, so I can get all of the image list in here. Suppose you want to use this image, so you can simply copy this ID and you can simply use here. So previous time when I use the Landsat 8 single image, same process you can use. Okay, so in this time I want to create the median composite all of the images. So for this I simply use here the median function. So I simply use here the median function. After this it clip with my shapefile. So I simply use here the clip and then use here the shapefile. So clip with my shapefile and shapefile variable name is the ROI. Okay, so now I want to show this result on my display on this map. So I simply use here the map dot add layer and then I simply call this object name image dry and click to the run. So first time I can get the totally default color band combination. Then I also choose the band combination from here and get the satellite images. Okay, so you can see we can get totally black color image. Okay, so in this time I want to add here the different types of band combination, then try to so I simply use here suppose b4, b3 and b2, also increase suppose 98% and then click to apply. Okay, so now you can see we can get this satellite images. And using the satellite images, we are using the different types of work such as land use, land cover classification, make the NDVI map, NDBI map, NDWI map. So any types of remote sensing analysis we can easily do. Okay, so in this time, I also need the another time period image such as wet season time period image. So okay, I also need to import the visual. In this time, you can see this visualization I add here only for this in here. Before B3, B2, only in this my map interactive view. But this visualization is not imported in my code editor. So that's why when I click on this run again, it's gone. So we did not get this visualization. Okay, because this visualization I set only for the map interactive view, but I did not import in my code editor. So that's why when I click to the run again, you can see we can get the totally black color map again because this visualization is not set with my code editor. Okay, so in this time I add the visualization as well as also need to add here the import the visualization in my code editor. So I simply use here the b4, then b3 and b2, so 98%, and then I simply use here the apply. After apply I simply import. You can see there also get the tab import. So in this time I also import this, so I simply click on import. In this time new line of code will be added in my code editor. So in this time I simply copy the visualization variable. This variable name I simply copy, and we already know about that after the object name. So this is my object name. After the object name we always put here the visualization variable, then we use here the layer name. So I can simply put the layer name, suppose dry image, okay, or dry season image. I simply click the run. So now you can see we can get the dry image and also added the visualization which I set. You can see, okay, so we can get this satellite image. So in this time I take the satellite image for the another time period such as suppose wet season or rainy season. So I simply copy the same code. I just simply copy the same code, and then after this I simply paste here. Okay, I just change the variable name, suppose image wet season. Okay, then all of the things will be same. I also need to change the time period, so I simply change the year of 2021 6 June. Then I can simply put here the October. Okay, then all of the things will be same. Okay, then I simply copy this and paste here. Okay, then click to the run. Okay, and also change the layer name, suppose this is the wet image or wet season image, then click to the run. So now I can get the another layer also for the rainy season or wet season image. It's in here. Okay, you can see we can get the two time period satellite images. Okay, so you can see this is the dry season. Dry season there is the no cloud, but when I click on the wet season image we can get the some cloud. You can see it's just a cloud. Okay, you can see cloud. Okay. Okay, so you can see this is the wet season image. We can find out the cloud. Okay, also find out the cloud in here. You can see, okay, wet season image, but there is the no cloud in the dry season. Okay, so but we can easily remove all of the cloud from here using the cloud max band function. Okay, so I also tried this part, how we can easily remove the cloud when I work with the land use land cover classification map, because in this time I want to work with the NDWI map. So for the cloud there is the nothing any problem, but when you want to work with the land use land cover classification map you must be remove the cloud and haze from your satellite image for the getting the proper result. Otherwise you did not get the proper result. This cloud pixel value with mixing with the build up area or barren land, okay, then we did not get the proper result. Okay, so in this time we can see we can get the satellite images for the 2 time period. Wet season, this is the wet season, there is a no cloud, but when I open the sorry, this is the dry season, there is the no cloud, but when I open this wet season image, here I can find out the some cloud. Okay, but this cloud, this type of cloud we can easily remove, okay, and get the totally clear satellite images. So I also tried this part our next class how you can easily remove the cloud. Okay, so in this time I get the satellite image for the 2 time period. Okay, in this time I just make the NDWI map, and the same process you are also making the NDBI map, you are also making the NDVI map, the same process. Okay, just you need to change the band name. For the NDWI we are using the one type of band, for the NDVI we can using the another type of band, for the NDBI we are using the another type of band. So in all time just you need to change that band and we can easily get the result. Okay, after this you can simply download this and work with the ArcMap software. I also try to show you this part how you can easily download the tip image and make the map using the ArcMap software using these tip images, so then you can easily work with this. So let's go. I simply open my code editor again. So in this time how you can easily make the okay, I think some networking issue or just a minute. Okay, some networking issue, that's why it's the page on this one. Right. Okay, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So I think some networking issue, that's why it's not loaded. Okay, so okay, so submit. Can you see my screen properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so similar, I simply write the code again. I think it will be not networking issue, that's why it will be loaded. I simply remove it just. to upload my shape file. And so I simply use here the suppose Sentinel. I need to filter this satellite images according to my time period. So I simply take a variable suppose dry image, and then I simply call the Sentinel2 and paste here. I simply use here the filter bounds function for intersecting with my geometry. This is the ROI, and I simply use here the another thing is that filter date function. So I simply use here the filter date and put here the filter date function as such as year of 2021 1st January from year of 2021 April 30, and then I simply use here another function such as filter metadata, and I simply use here the image properties such as cloud pixel percent. I simply copy this and then I simply paste here, and I simply use here the operator is that less than 1, and then I simply use here another thing is that for I simply all of the image I want to simply get the median composite and then click with my shape file. So I click with my ROI. Then I have to show the result. So I simply there the map dot add layer, and then I simply call the dry image. Yeah, anyone any question? And click to the run. Okay, I did not see the result. In this time I need to use here the
Hacking signal, okay. Hacking.
center object, and then use here the ROI and use here the sustain and click to the run. So now I can get this satellite image you can see, but I did not add the visualization. I simply click on here again. So before B3 and B2 and it's at 98%, and then click to the apply, and after this I simply import this. Then simply copy the visualization from here. After the visualization parameter, where you after the object name you always put here the visualization, then use here the layer name. So I simply put here the dry image. Okay, the same code. Okay, so the same code I use again. So I simply copy and then I just simply paste here. Okay, then I simply change the name. Suppose this is I need the weight image. Okay, then all of them will be same. I just simply put the weight season time period. I simply put here the suppose such as 6 and use here the such as October. Okay, okay, then simply copy and paste here. Okay, then click to the run. Then you can get the two layer in here, dry season image and wet season image. Okay, I need to change here this is the wet image. Yes, okay, then click to the run. So now you can see I can get the two time period images in this time. Okay, so sometime when you want to work with this, you can get your network connection is not good. Okay, we can get the page unresponsive, this type of message. So that's why you can simply click on the get link button. You can see it generate link. Okay, so in this time all of the code, all of the things will be stored in this link. Okay, suppose your page is showing the unresponsive web page, it not loading, then you can simply copy this link and then open a new tab and paste it and open this link in here, then you can get the same code. Okay, same all of the things you can get. Okay, so in this time I can get this two time period satellite images. I want to work calculated the NWI for the Dhaka city for the two time period for the wet season and dry season for the calculating the NWI. Okay, so for this first of all I should know what is the formula of the NWI. So NWI formula is that I simply NWI formula is that we are using here the two band. This is the green band and near infrared band. So green minus near infrared band divided by green plus near infrared band. Okay, so now we are using this formula and try to calculate the NDWI for the two time period, dry season and wet season. Okay, we already added here the dry season image and wet season image. Okay, so let's go for calculating the NDWI. So I take a variable such as NDWI, suppose dry image, okay, or dry season image. In this time, okay, so I simply, for the dry NDWI, I simply call the dry image. So dry image, all of the dry season image is stored in this variable. I simply copy and paste here. Okay, after this we are adding the different types of function, okay, for doing this. But in this time I use a built-in function. Its function name is that normalized difference, but we are using here the expression. I also try to show you that how you can easily use the expression later. Then how we are also using here the directly equation. I also try to show the later how you can easily do this. In this time I use here the built-in function. This function called the normalized. It's called the normalized difference. Okay, normalized difference. In this time, normalized difference, this function, this is a built-in function. So mainly when you are using this normalized difference function, it automatically calculate this type of equation. Okay, so in this time I need to just add the band, two band. So I make a list and put here the band. So I want to work with the green and near infrared band. So for the Sentinel, green band is the B3. You also check from this. Green band is the B3. Green band. Okay, so this is the B3 green, and near infrared is the B8. So B8 is the near infrared band. Okay, so let's go. I simply put here the B3, and B8. Okay, so now it calculated the B3 minus B8 divided by B3 plus B8. This equation, or green minus infrared divided by green plus infrared. This type of equation it calculated when I use the normalized difference. You can simply copy this function and paste on the docs tab. Then you can get all of the details information about this function. You can see. So mainly it computed the normalized difference between the two band. Okay, when you want to calculate it, any indices where you can get the only for the two band, no other types of constant value or other thing is not here, then you only for the two band. Okay, for NDVI, NDWI, NDBI, okay, only for the two band, all of the bands we are easily using this normalized difference function. Okay, and it's calculated, computed, you can see first minus second divided by first plus second. So here I use the first band B3, so it will be showing the result B3 subtract with B8 divided by B3 addition with B8. Okay, and calculate this result. So this is the normalized difference function. It is a built-in function already. So now it will calculate the equation look like this. Okay, so let's go. We are showing the result. Before the showing the result, we also calculated the NDWI for the wet season. Same thing. I simply copy this code from here and then paste here. I simply change the name NDWI wet season. Okay, then I simply change the variable name. In this time I use here the wet season image. So you can see this is the wet season image. All of the things wet season is stored in this variable wet image. I simply copy and then paste here. Okay, so now I can get also the NDWI for the wet season. Okay, so let's go. Now we need to display the result on this map. Okay, for the two NDWI. So I simply take the variable map. I use the function map dot add layer, and then I just simply call the NDWI dry. Okay, then I simply add here the visualization parameter, such as I simply use here the, suppose I use here the mean. It will start from the -1, then I simply use here the max up to point, suppose I simply use here the, suppose 1. Okay, -1 to +1, and then I simply use here the color plated function. So I simply use here the plated and make a list of the color. So I simply make the list all of the color. So in this time I simply use here the color such as red, then use here the yellow, then use here the another color such as I use here the green color. After this, I simply use here the water body such as blue color. Okay, this type of combination. Okay, so in this time, I also add here the layer name. So I simply use here the layer name. After the visualization, I put the layer name is the NDWI for right. Okay. So now I also show the result for the wet season. I simply copy the same line of code from here and paste here, and then simply copy the variable name and paste here, and then I simply change the name NDWI for wet. Okay, then click to the run. So this is our satellite images for the dry season. Then it's showing the cloud. So this is the rainy season. Okay. Okay. So in this time, just a minute. I also check the value for the water body from the inspector tab and click on this here as water body. I can get the value 0.07 and 0.1. Okay, so in this time, I simply use here the suppose as 0.5. Also use here the success 0.5 and click to the run again. Okay, so basically in this time, when you can get this map, you can simply import this map. After this importing this map, you are easily make the different types of color combination in ArcMap software or ArcMap. Okay, so you can see we can get this type of map, NDWI map. So this is our NDWI for the wet season, and you can see this is the NDWI for the dry season. Okay, we can get this map look like this. This thing there is a no water body in this time, but when I want to open the wet season, you can see we can get the water body. Okay, so now you can easily export this map as a TIFF format. Okay, after this TIFF format, you can easily make your color combination such as all of the things you can properly for your research paper map or other things you can easily do, or for your presentation work you can easily do this type of map. Okay, suppose in this time you also need for the map for the NDVI. So in this time you can simply change the band for the what is the formula for the NDVI. Color is not matter, color is not any matter. Okay, for the NDWI map you can simply put this your band, then you can simply export this map, and then you can simply open this tip image in ArcMap software. After the ArcMap software you can easily make the different types of color combination, different types of you can simply go to the symbology and use here your own color, which color is the appropriate for your for this on this map. You can use this color, and then you can easily make this map for your presentation work as well as research paper. Okay, so I also show you this part for later, because in this time recently I also update my operating system, so that's why in this time ArcMap software is not available in here. But I also try to show you this process how you can easily make the map after downloading the tip image from here. Okay, so in this time I need to okay, so anyone any question about this type of code? In this code, anyone any question, you can ask me. Anyone any question?
Yes, I have a problem.
Yeah.
In the when I use Landscape image.
Okay, so problem solving class we also try to discuss the after 1 hour. Okay, so I've completed the 2 hours, then we also try to discuss the 1 hour. So in this time, any question in here, you can ask me.
Can you also see the process of Landscape image for NDWI?
Okay, so I also try to show you this first, no problem. Okay, so problem solving, we are also take the 1 hour, no problem for this. But in this time, any question in this code, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can continue. Yeah. Okay.
I have one question about the palette. So for the palette color, like you can put your color according to your wish. Like I can put any of the color, right? Hello.
Yeah. So basically this color, we are using this color for, you can use the any color, no problem. Okay, but in this time you can see here we are using here the negative pixel value. It will be start from the -1 and up to I use here the 0.5. So in this time it's showing which pixel value is the -1 or close to the -1. It's showing as a red color. Okay, but in this time I did not get the any types of result which is the less than -1 or close to the -1, so I did not get the result as a red. Okay, then it greater than red pixel value I use here the yellow. Okay, but I can say I also get the some yellow pixel value color in here. Then greater than yellow I use here the green, and greater than green I use here the blue. Okay, so this color combination it's totally depend on you. Okay, so in this time I
So
use
the
here this,
yeah, I got you. So the yellow one is showing that the areas are the industrialization area or maybe the urban areas.
yeah, urban area, yeah.
Yeah, and the green one is the like with
Yeah.
maybe with
Yeah.
forest or maybe with
Yeah.
trees or
Yeah.
maybe with crops, and the
Yeah.
blue one is the
Yeah.
water area.
So we are also using here the different types of classification. So I think I also send you the link on our WhatsApp group how you can easily make the NDVI classification. Okay, for the different types of classes you can use here the different types of range and identify this is the densely NDVI or this is the normal NDVI or normal forest. We are easily using here the different types of classification also. So you also try to do this watching this video, and then also you can easily classify it. Okay, suppose you can get this pixel value only for the built up area, you can get the pixel value for the vegetation, you can get this pixel range for the water. Okay, then you can also classify it. Also NDWI classification we can also do using the different types of range of pixel value. Okay.
Hello, I have another question.
Yeah.
If I calculate the area of land and water, how to calculate?
What's area?
Land area or water area? If
Okay.
I want to calculate.
Okay, so in this part we also try to show you this part when you want to work with the land use land cover classification. Okay, so mainly when we can after classification, then we also need to calculate the area, such as how many water body is available in this region, how many vegetation, how many build up area. So in this part we also try to complete in our land use land cover classification part. Okay, anyone any question? Yeah.
If I export this map in
Yeah.
the ArcMap software, then it didn't show attribute table. It should change to raster to vector data, then it show attribute table. For this map, if I want to direct export attribute table, what to do?
So in this time this map is not any attribute table, it's just a image. Okay, but after importing this you also need to marks. Okay, in ArcMap software when you want to use the marks, then it will also showing the layer all of the pixel value range. Okay, so I also try to show you this part how you can easily work with the ArcMap software using the tip images. Okay. Okay, anyone any question? So in recent time I operating this system, so that's why in this time ArcMap is not available in here. So as soon as possible I also install this ArcMap again and try to show you this part how you can easily work with this. Okay, anyone any question? Okay. Okay, so in this time the exporting this map, suppose I want to export the NDW wet season, NDW dry season, or satellite images. Okay, but when you want to import the satellite images you must need to select the band. Okay, which band you want to add in your in this visualization in here. Okay, you must be selected, otherwise it's not work. So we also try to check this part in our previous class when you want to export the land satellite imagery. Okay, it not exported, then we need to select the band, then it exported. Okay, so let's go. In this time we need to export this map